good, Sam?
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Welcome. I'd like to call this July 21st, 2026 regular meeting of the Sylvania Board of Trustees to order at 5 p.m. Would you please stand? Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Here, Mr. Mahoney. Here. Mr. Genowine. Here. Ms. Johnson.
Here.
Simcoe. Here.
Now would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, first on our agenda is approval of minutes from the July 7th regular meeting. Any changes?
So moved.
Second?
All right, calling the roll. Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine? Yes. Ms. Johnson?
Yes. All right, any additions or deletions to the agenda? And moving on, hearing of the public agenda items only. Okay, and we have none, so we'll move along. Next would be the presentation of Distinguished Citizen Service Awards. Mr. Turner.
Oliver.
Hi, good afternoon, trustees and fiscal officers. A little bit of background. The Distinguished Citizen Service Award was established by Sylvania Township in April 2021 to recognize deserving citizens who have made a significant contribution to the Sylvania community or Northwestern Maryland. The award is intended to shine a light on high-impact volunteers who've given of themselves for the betterment of the community and their fellow citizens. Candidates can be nominated by any resident of the township and city and must be a resident of the township or city. And also, in an exemplary manner, has added value to community programs, services, image, or quality of life, and also to have served as a positive reflection on the community and not be an elected official or someone who has a public facility in chapter. At the time the program was established, an award selection committee was formed. Brad Reeder, Tiffany Bosch, and Bill Sanford currently serve on the committee, and we appreciate their involvement. Following a thoughtful process, the committee is pleased to present 3 outstanding members of the Sylvania community to receive the Distinguished Citizen Service Award: Betty Bassett, Casey Nowicki, and Keith Walker. And if I could please be joined first by Betty Bassett. Hi, yes, thank you. So Betty Bassett has demonstrated an exceptional commitment to serving the Sylvania community through years of volunteer leadership and civic engagement. Since 2015, Betty has dedicated her time and talents to organizations including Sylvania Area Family Services and the Sylvania Area Chamber of Commerce, where she served as a board member since 2018. Through these efforts, Betty has helped strengthen community connections and support initiatives that enhance local quality of life. Her service extends across numerous organizations and causes. Betty has been actively involved with the Sylvania Farmers Market, assisting with volunteer recruitment and operations. She's also contributed her time to the Toledo Gospel Rescue Mission, Females in Action, Sylvania Roots, the Swanton Corn Festival Committee, and the Swanton Chamber of Commerce. Betty's enthusiasm for service and her ability to connect people with meaningful causes have made a lasting impact throughout the region. Her dedication to volunteerism and community engagement exemplifies the spirit of the Distinguished Citizen Service Award. Sylvania Township is proud to recognize Betty Bassett for her outstanding contributions and her unwavering commitment to improving the lives of others. And you will here right now. If you wanted to say a few words, but you're welcome to.
Oh. Well, when Oliver called me, we had a dumpster in our driveway and I thought was not in compliance with the law. So I called him on his personal cell phone on a Saturday to be sure I was going to be a good citizen. And so thank you for this honor. And truly, I was telling my husband on the way back here, in 2001, I wrote down what I felt God's call in my life was. and it was simply to influence my local community, make an impact, and make sure that the city prospered. I read in Jeremiah that God told his people that if the city prospered, that they too would prosper. So that when the city prospers, I'm making a better life, not just for the city, but for all the residents here. And so that's kind of been what has moved me this whole time. And so this award is just a recognition of what God has been doing in my life for many years. So thank you.
Well put. Well, congratulations. Thank you.
And if I could please be joined by Casey Nowicki. Casey Nowicki has demonstrated a long-standing commitment to the Sylvania community through decades of leadership and service to organizations supporting education, recreation, and economic development. Casey has previously served on the Sylvania Area Chamber of Commerce for 16 years, providing countless hours to the chamber as a board member and president. Casey currently serves as chair of the Sylvania Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation, helping guide programs that benefit the broader community. Casey's impact can also be seen through his service on the Sylvania Area Joint Recreation District Board, where he's represented Sylvania schools since 2012 and has provided leadership on financial and operational matters. Casey's further strengthened local educational opportunities through many years of involvement with the Sylvania Schools Foundation and the Northview High School Athletic Boosters. Through thoughtful leadership, financial stewardship, and commitment to partnerships, Casey has helped build and sustain organizations serving residents of all regions. His dedication to strengthening community institutions exemplifies the spirit of the Distinguished Citizen Service Award. As stated by Bill Sanford, Casey is a dedicated volunteer who gives his time and expertise to local organizations, and it's people like Casey that make Sylvania special. Sylvania Township is proud to recognize Casey Nowicki for his outstanding service and lasting contributions to the community. Thank you. And I didn't know if you'd like to say a few words, but
You didn't tell me I had to. That's truly an honor. I'd like to thank you. I've always told my kids that what you want to do and we live in a community is to try to make it a better place. And I love the community that we live in and work in. And it's a pleasure to do these things to try to make our community a better place. So I appreciate the award. Thank you.
And if I could please be joined by Keith Walker. Keith Walker has made a significant impact on the Sylvania community, and I'm pleased to read from the nominations submitted for Keith. For nearly 30 years, Keith has led his family business, now proudly in its fourth generation, growing it from a single location to multiple sites, serving families across 3 counties. Along the way, he's never lost sight of the importance of giving back to the community that has supported both his family and business for generations. Keith has consistently shared his time, talent, and leadership with Sylvania organizations, including the Sylvania Area Chamber of Commerce and Sylvania Rotary, where he served as president of both. He's also someone who doesn't hesitate to open his home to host gatherings or bring people together when it benefits a good cause. When the community asks for help, whether it's sponsoring Red Bird events or supporting local initiatives, Keith is always willing to step up. What truly sets Keith apart, though, are the many things he does quietly and without recognition. He's constantly working behind the scenes to help others, strengthen connections, and make Sylvania a better place to live. Those efforts often go unnoticed, which is exactly why I believe he so perfectly fits the spirit of this award. Sylvania Township is proud to recognize Keith Walker for his outstanding contribution and dedicated service to the community. Congratulations. If you'd like to say a few words, no question.
Thank you all. We lived here with our both my wife and I's entire lives. Raised 4 kids here, and we absolutely love the community, love the people here. But make sure we do all we can to help. So I appreciate the recognition, and unexpected and very appreciated. So thank you all.
And this is the board, which could take this time for pictures with the recipients and the elected officials. If you'd like to go with the dates in front of the dates.
Just gotta drive around.
You guys can calm down right here. Yeah, and then what we can do is, since there's four, then we can kind of have you in each window. We'll have the four of you come behind, okay, and you in the middle.
The thorn in between.
I'm- I'll-
I gotta be front.
Okay, and then if you wanna go behind her, make sure you're, and then, yep, and then kind of squeeze in a little more. Yep. Perfect. Oh, Jim, why don't you come up a little bit? Here we go. Then Dave, there we go, perfect. Here's your, I'll invite you, so then face your spot. Great, thank you.
Thank you. All right, see you guys.
I won't miss you for long.
See you, Walks.
See you there.
Congrats, buddy.
If you would like to leave, you can. You don't have to, however. It's pretty exciting. You might want to stay. Okay, moving on to the agenda, Road Service Department, Mr. Nash.
Hey, Rob.
Couple of resolutions tonight. Resolution 26097, this is to authorize the administrator to hire road foreman. We went through the recruitment process, interviews, and we decided on a internal candidate, Jared Berg. I'd like to bring him up if they've approved next board meeting, introduce him, very talented individual, one of the best employees that we've had. He gets his talents and education from the military. He was an engineer with the reserve unit. He has been here approximately 6.5 years, 7 years, so I think he's going to serve us very well.
Any discussion, questions? We'll move to accept Resolution 26-097, authorization to the administrator to hire a foreman.
Second.
Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you. Next resolution, 26098, it's authorized the road superintendent to advertise for hiring for utility worker position. That just became vacant.
Questions, comments? Okay. I'll move to accept Resolution 26-098, authorization to the road superintendent to advertise for hire of a utility worker position.
Second.
Who seconded it? John. Okay. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you. Last one, 26099, authorization to award bid and enter into contract for our 2026 fleet pickup. A&J Landscaping was the only bid. We did advertise through the blade and but for whatever reason, not very successful on getting others to participate in the bid process, but A&J Landscaping has served us very well. They do a great job, and I'm excited that they actually got the bid, as they have performed very well for us. Very few complaints when they perform the work.
Questions, comments? Okay, I'd like to move to accept Resolution 26-099, Authorization to award bid and enter into contract for 2026 leaf pickup with A&J Landscaping.
Second. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine? Yes. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda, the Police Department, Chief Health.
Good evening, trustees and fiscal officers. I have one resolution. It's asking your authorization to hire an administrative secretary. It's resolution number 26-100. We advertised and did interviews. We got an exceptional response for this position. It's planning ahead for retirement that's coming at the end of the year. And we have a great candidate, Justin Huff, that I would like to hire for that position.
Discussion? Questions? I will move then to accept resolution 26-100 to authorize hiring of administrative secretary for the police department.
Second. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine? Yes. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah.
Mr. Turner.
Yes. Good afternoon again. The first resolution is resolution 26095. The resolution authorizing an agreement with NeoGov for payroll, benefits administration, timekeeping, recruitment, retention, and related processes software. So at this time, Sylvania Township currently uses RightStuff for timekeeping and Paycor for payroll and benefits. The task force, including the HR manager, staff accountant, and project specialists, evaluated options to improve existing arrangements, consider alternatives, maximize efficiencies, and modernize operations. We took an in-depth look at the existing limitations of both RightStuff and Paycor and tried to determine what would be a strong fit for township operations. And as part of that, the task force reviewed 7 different alternate vendors. The evaluation criteria included public sector fit, integration with existing processes, functionality, implementation, ongoing customer support, cost predictability, reporting, compliance tools, and user experience. After an in-depth process, NeoGov emerged as a recommended option based on review criteria. Specifically, that is purpose-built for the public sector. It offers needed functions in one module. It would reduce manual data entry, decrease errors, and support the elimination of paper-based processes. It would streamline and modernize recruitment and retention processes. It would reduce paper applications and improve applicant experiences, and also improve pension reporting. The platform has been satisfactorily reviewed with leadership from each township department. Cost-wise, we're currently estimating that for the comparable services we have right now, if we were to have an estimate, use the estimate from the current year and the next 2 fiscal years, we would be just over $250,000 for the existing services through RightStuff, Paycor, and Power DMS, which we're recommending we would retain. For comparable services, just those, NeoGov would be at $220,734. There are some expanded services, which would be an additional $60,214 for an overall projected 3-year cost of $280,948. So on average, that's an additional $8,733 per year, but we're anticipating that the efficiencies that would be gained in staff time would be greater than that amount. So at this time, we have in front of the trustees the proposed agreement, and we also have the sales director, Gary Carey with NeoGov in the audience to address any specific questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay. All right, thank you. I would then move to accept resolution 26-095 as stated.
Second. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney? Yes. Mr. Genowine? Yes. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Next item is resolution 26096, the resolution contract with the Lucas County prosecutor. This would be a continuation agreement for an additional 2 years. would include a cost increase from $105,000 per year to $120,000 per year. Go ahead, answer any questions the board have.
Any discussion? And I'll move to accept resolution 26-096, a resolution to contract with the Lucas County prosecutor.
Second. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
No.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes. Okay, next, Mr. Senecal.
Yes, I have two resolutions. The first is 26-0-101, and it's an additional appropriation that can be covered within line items. We sometimes move money around in accounts because we have a little extra in this one, and we can cover something when we're having a little bit more of an expenditure there. So I'd ask the board to approve this transfer of appropriations.
Discussion or questions? Okay. I'll move to accept resolution 26-101, transfer of appropriations.
Second.
Is that you, John? You calling the roll. Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
And secondly, a resolution 26-102, advancement of funds. And this really has to do with bulletproof vests and that. And the other matter is, again, a small one, but fire department has been awarded an annual Ohio EMS grant to be reimbursed for various supplies and equipment. So we like those things.
Yes.
And so that I ask you to approve resolution 26-102.
Okay. Questions, comments? All right, then I'll move to accept resolution 26-102, advance of funds.
Second.
Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, next on the agenda is hearing of the public for non-agenda items. We have one, Don Conti. Would you like to come up, please? Please state your name and your address.
Donald Conti, 5940 West River. I have a neighbor who refuses to cut his backyard. It looks like a jungle back there. I have all kinds of animals. I've got raccoons, woodchucks, groundhogs, squirrels, rabbits, deer, you name it, it's back there. I logged with him twice for a skunk. He refuses to cut his backyard. I was here last year. He cut it the one time. That was the last time he cut it. He hasn't cut it yet this year. It looks like a jungle back there. He's got a rope that's 9 feet tall. And I'm hoping that you guys can do something about it.
Mr. Grass, would you like to?
That's what we're doing.
I was asking our zoning manager if he would like to say anything. Right there.
See if we have enforcement or what we can do for you.
I can't hear you.
We're going to have our zoning officer speak to us and let us know what we can do to help you.
Okay, it's on 5944 Green Acre.
Right, he's right behind you, so.
The zoning department received the complaint from Mr. Conti regarding 5944 Green Acre last Thursday, the 16th. We went out and investigated it, determined this violation, and a letter went out to the property owner last Friday, the 17th. Property owner is LLC out of Waterville. Hopefully they've got the letter by now, or we'll get it the next day or so. So we give them 7 days to get the property cut and then follow up on it again. So Rick will go out and check it this week to see if it's been addressed. But
Okay.
we just heard about it last Thursday and the letter went out on Friday.
Okay. All right,
And if they refuse to cut it, we hire somebody to cut it for them and
Correct, it's before the board for abatement. Then we have to send them another letter saying that the board has approved abatement and we got 7 days to cut it, or we'll have it cut.
and this process should take 2 to 3 weeks then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, last year, I don't don't have what time of year it was, but they did cut it. We didn't have to have it abated, so hopefully property owner will take care of it before it gets to that point.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is,
Mr. Conti, are you okay with that?
More than I could hear.
Okay.
Yeah, pictures if you want to see.
I think our zoning department's already on it and, you know, it's moving forward. So hopefully we'll get it resolved for you one way or another here shortly. Yep. Sorry, Joe.
thank you, no, that's fine, thank you. I can't see. All right, anything else, Mr. Conti, or are you okay?
It's good.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, all right. All right, moving on. Next on the agenda is open discussion and reports. First item is liquor permit for Scramblers on Central Avenue, 6818 West Central. And unless there's an objection.
I guess you can get a beer with your scrambled eggs.
I was wondering about that.
Scrambled eggs and
Can I be?
beer.
All right, any discussion about that? Then I will move to accept that. And then next is discussion on electric bicycles, e-bikes. There's been several comments that I've received from residents regarding the safety of e-bikes, both for the individuals on them as well as drivers, near misses. And I was asked and approached if we could look at some guidelines, restrictions, resolutions, something to put some restrictions down so that we don't have any tragedies. And did you receive the information? Oliver, did you get a chance to send out that information?
That's been prepared by Deputy Chief. I'll let you, but
Okay,
I asked you because that's where the meeting.
okay, all right. Deputy Chief?
I know the city of Sylvania is going through the same thing. I talked to Mayor Fry and he said this was one of the hottest subjects that he attended a mayor's conference. And a lot of communities are trying to wrap their arms around, you know, just even the definition of these things and how we can somewhat take back control, because there's such a wide variety of electric scooters to motorcycles that do 65 miles an hour plus, you know, that are all going under the e-bike. So we're not
Look, I
alone.
think Mr. Genowine just said it's true. It's a confusing issue. It's a ever evolving issue as technology changes. These things change and they've proliferated quite a bit over the last 2 years. I have a lot of documents and boring ORC language attached to that, but I kind of bullet pointed everything on page 1 for you. Just as the chief and I went through these, and we were learning on them as well. There are 3 different classifications of e-bikes. I think that's an important distinction to know what each e-bike, what classification it fits under and what the definition of that classification is. And they do have to be marked what classification they are. You're not going to see it driving by it. You're not going to know it in a police car seeing it on a sidewalk, which could very well be legal being on that sidewalk. You have to go up and inspect the bike itself and find the stickers and find the classification it is. There's really no age limits for these things. If it's a class 3, then there's some things that kick in because class 3, they move quicker and they have the ability to go quite a bit faster. And currently, it's one of the bullet points. I know they are proliferating quickly. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, you probably didn't see any. Last year, you saw a handful. Now you can't go around the corner without seeing one. Bottom line is they're legal. You know, they are allowed to be on the roadway. People are allowed to ride them. And in the last, I think probably our first e-bike crash occurred in the last, probably maybe 14 months, 12 to 14 months. That's when we had our first one that we were able to locate.
And we've had a total of 4 crashes involving e-bikes. Of those 4 crashes, the vehicles at fault all 4 times. When you read through the officer's narrative on the report of what occurred in the report, they all say the same thing. I just didn't see them, just similar to a bicycle, really. If that happens with bicycle, they just didn't see them. Not too sure how far you want me to go on this. I'd be happy to answer any questions. The chief would be happy to answer any questions.
For one, I don't think the bicycler would have been doing 20, 25 miles an hour. So when they don't see them, they're coming up on you a lot quicker and things and getting into places. So not seeing them is a valid excuse, but yet, the bikes. One question I have is, do you still have to follow the 3 feet rule with an electric bike?
Yeah.
That you do with a pedal bike?
Yes.
Huh, okay. And what about sidewalks? Are they prohibited on a sidewalk?
Not prohibited on sidewalk. They are,
Including all 3?
class 1 and class 2 are allowed on sidewalks. Class 3 are not allowed on sidewalks. Class 1 and class 2, if they're on a sidewalk, they can't be using any type of motor assist. The rider has to be pedaling it on the sidewalk. Multi-use paths like in Pace Center or Olander or Fossil, where multi-use is just that. The park system itself can pass a resolution to ban them from their path. That's an option.
Aren't there also some Ohio Revised Code items that pertain to e-bikes and their use and where they can?
451152, I can catch a copy of it, that just gives us the authority to issue citations to people on e-bikes and bikes. Anybody, I wouldn't say that it is specific to e-bikes, it's just, we have always had the ability to issue citations to bicyclists operating in a reckless manner, and that extends that to e-bikes as well. We have the tools now.
What's the police department's concerns, or what direction would you guys like to see go, or?
I'm not so sure I have a big concern personally.
Okay.
There's more of them out there, no doubt about it, and they are going faster than bicycles. If the board would like to pass some type of resolution or discuss that, that'll be up to the board. The numbers aren't bearing out a huge problem right now. We don't take a tremendous amount of calls for them. They're not really occupying a lot of the office time right now, but I live here too. I see them as well. I travel the streets both at work and when I'm not at work, and they're out there.
I think I would like to see some concerns of the residents addressed, and maybe that's a follow discussion with possibly resolution. I'd like to work collaboratively with the city also, so that we're.
Yeah, I reached out to the city, and just like Trustee Genowine said, they are in the process of drafting some regulations right now.
Could we stay in touch with them and see, that way we can have kind of a unified, especially since our parks and schools and everything blend together. It'd just be, useful if we were all on the same page on that.
I guess if I did have one piece of that I came away with this that I feel would be beneficial, I think the parks looking into what they need to do to pass a resolution to ban them, I think that'd be helpful. There's too many joggers, dog walkers, little kids on multi-use paths, and someone zipping by at 25 miles per hour on an e-bike is not safe at all. And it's multi-generational. I use the paths at Pace Center all the time, and it's, I think there's probably an unfair stereotype out there that it's 13, 14-year-old kids out there zipping by, but it's not true. It's multi-generational.
They're nice if you're riding somewhere.
Yeah,
A
couple $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Not on Amazon, you can pretty cheap now.
Can you?
That's probably why we're seeing a lot more of them.
That's why.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it'd be wise to go down that path to keep the conversation and the dialogue open.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going away. It'll probably just keep multiplying every summer.
Okay. Anything else?
appreciate you looking into this and for the information you gave us here.
I would like to see this discussion continued in the near future and, see what we want to come up with for the township.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. If there's nothing else, I would move to adjourn at 5:35.
Second. Call your roll, Mr. Mahoney.
Yes.
Mr. Genowine.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.